Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? Holy crap, guys. Black Clover, my lord. Um, if there's people out there that know about just saving, some of the best stuff for last in the case of animation and stuff, they saved all of their animation from being capable of doing this probably last week. Um, and they're just like, you know what? We're gonna save it for one big shebang bang. And my God, was it a shebang bang? Wow. This episode was not only just gorgeous, it had probably one of the best, um, team ups that we're gonna be seeing probably for quite some time. Seeing how a lot of shows that I don't really care to watch are gonna have like some hype moments in it pretty soon, but for me, they aren't nothing unless I'm watching something that like I enjoy. So when I say like team ups and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure One Piece and there's other animes that might be ongoing or mangas that are ongoing that have pretty hype moments in it, but for me, this is about like one of the only things I got that has like two characters right now that's this like ridiculously powerful and still hadn't shown us what they were capable of, knowing that they were either close to similar in power, but I feel like this overall like way of showing Yuno's power was kind of a letdown in the case of like him pretty much using the body or using the soul of the elf to pretty much tap into his potential. But to be fair, we've seen this before, pretty much with Lich, or the person that we thought was Lich, who was inside of Vengeance, or whatever the Golden Dawn guy's name is. And it made me think about that when we saw it all transpire like that, because how did he probably become so good at using his magic and using it in such a subtle, powerful way? It makes sense that someone like Lich, switching power back and forth with him would have helped him understand magic a lot better than anyone else would, because he has literally someone who's been blessed by it, or he has a soul of someone who's been blessed by magic, compared to people who don't even know what that feeling actually means and stuff like that. So it makes a lot more sense why he would be so ridiculously strong and capable now. But at the same time, it's like now take that same potential and give it to Yuno, and then instead of the person even having a chance to really control Yuno, besides for like a good second or two, um, uh, it doesn't overwhelm him. So it kind of makes you think, oh well, if he can do this, there should be someone else capable of doing this. But then you got to remember back that we had people who were captains that couldn't break out of this. We have people who literally should be able to handle this if Yuno could, but they can't. So either there's some type of resistance he has, against this resurrection spell, to the point of like his soul is like rejecting it somehow, which is kind of interesting. Just like overall, like how is his soul overpowering another which has magic backing it up? Maybe it has something to do with the spirit being attached to you in this case, but even if that is going on, he has he has actually been converted, like his ears and everything has been fully changed, and he was gone for a second there until Asta yelled at him that he's going to be Wizard King, and that also like spoke to his soul pretty much. So think of all the angry things you want to say about friendship and love being the strongest thing ever when this man all he had to do was speak words and somehow it reached his soul enough to make him remember that he can be the one in control, which then he gives us the information that all the souls are practically just sleeping and another soul woke up and took over. So there's probably another part of this resurrection spell maybe where they might need to fully, finish off the whole other soul in them so they can even become more in tune or something. I'm not sure, but um, let's talk about the best part that happened because we're gonna be talking about that for a while, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to have. If Black Clover doesn't trend for a little bit after this, man, you guys don't know what good anime are. And this, my good says, is a good anime. Like, I got goosebumps from this whole entire encounter. Not only the fact that Asta pretty much got slapped back into irrelevancy and he was having to, not even watch the battle anymore. He was a part of the battle hand in hand, and next thing you know, you get smacked all the way back down to the starting phase. You know what I mean? Like that's a rough pill to swallow. So to think that he would give up is funny, like the whole premise of his character and what he's about is never giving up. So to see this and to pretty much know what's about to come next, it only was a matter of what is this power going to look like? Is he going to manifest something we haven't seen? Is he going to do something crazier than we haven't seen? And it was normal, like it was just practically him getting even more of like a ridiculous looking demon arm to control one of his weapons, which can we talk about him losing his sword and still like keeping up and doing a good amount of damage to be worth being in the discussion against Lich, the guy who is making Yuno practically crap himself by the presence he feels just off of his mana alone. Um, Asta loses a weapon where he dual wields, and it feels like he's stronger when he dual wields. But now, when he does this, it doesn't seem like he has so many more openings to try to do. He just kind of is a straight rocket, and he just shoots at you, So that's kind of the only like problem I see with his fighting style, and probably why he was so easy to predict. But not only that, he literally is in it with them, fighting as hard as he can, and we just see him get absolutely bodied by Lich like a couple times. And I'm not saying that isn't getting bodied. He's just not getting bodied as hard or as often. He is using the power of the elf. Like he has not only got his power and how good he was with it already, but he has the buff of someone else within his body and soul. So, yeah, it doesn't really seem that fair, you know? Not only that, keeping up or Asta keeping up with even though he has not gotten any significant buff, anything of the sort like that, it just puts into perspective how ridiculous he is. And I say he got smacked into irrelevancy because that's how he sees it whenever gets ahead of him. Like if he's ever falling behind and needing to rely on someone else, he doesn't feel like he's relevant. He doesn't feel like he can be strong. He doesn't feel like he's needed anymore if someone else can handle all of it. So seeing that and knowing that he's going to surpass his limits, still pushes on, acting as if oh man, it's just me versus you now, going at him as hard as he can. We see him use Mana Zone to get an opening after Lich is using dual wield freaking swords that not only nullify magic, but absorbs them and turns them back into its own magic power. Yeah, he is going in, and he's so ridiculous. I don't even see too many people being able to do anything against Lich. Like he's literally teleporting and they can't sense his magic. Asta can't sense his ki, so that means Yami can't sense his ki. You know what I mean? Like who's stopping this guy? And what is this place I'm in? And why is there no fight? Oh, here we go. I'm dumb. But by God, man, I loved every moment of this, and I can't wait to see just what the heck is gonna happen. So with all that being said, I truly hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, night, whatever the case it is when you're watching this. It's pretty early in the morning for me, but I am your boy, the Anime J, and I will definitely talk to you very soon because I got another show I want to drop, and when I drop that, if anything else like comes out or anything, I will definitely let you guys know. So with all that being said, peace. Oh no.